Hey, this is James again with real-time news on the Treasure Coast. This is episode 0015/220, standing for 2020, and this is the 15th episode of our podcasting with real news. We do welcome you. We want to remind you that if you would like to watch this episode on video on our YouTube channel, you can do that by going to our YouTube channel, jjmediaonline.net/YouTube. You can also watch us as we upload the videos to our Facebook page. You can follow us on Instagram. That is Instagram/RealTNews. That's Real T, the letter T, News. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/realtimenewstc. That's facebook.com/realtimenewstc, standing for Treasure Coast. You can also, of course, if you are listening to us on the podcast, you know where we are, but I just want to remind all those that we are found at anchor.fm TC Coast, that's TC Coast Real-Time News, TC Coast Real-Time News. So we do welcome you. So we are going to transition to the articles that we are doing. And again, if you are watching on our video, you will actually see the articles that we are doing. So right there is our Anchor FM, the screen of the Anchor FM. There is our Instagram and then our Facebook page. Returning to church. This is from redstate.com. Returning to church, we are reminded of what's most important right now. And of course, if you are a church attending person, you will know that it really does affect you. On Sunday, the writer says, and this is as of today at the recording May 18th, this is the time that I am recording this podcast. On Sunday, I was blessed to be able to return to my church in South Louisiana. It had been months since I had forgotten that I had gotten to attend Mass, and to be able to walk into the building was a lot more refreshing to the soul than I realized it would be. Of course, like most things reopening in Louisiana, there are limits. The church was only open to about 25% capacity, but in reality, just over a third of that number showed up. Okay, before I continue, they go on and talk a little bit, but what they're basically saying is it was really a nice thing about returning to church. And the crazy thing about this is, with this whole pandemic and everything that's going on, we take chances all the time. When you open the door of your car, you sit down, you turn the engine on, and you pull out onto the street, onto the highway, then onto the interstate, you are taking a chance. You are taking your life in your own hands. And the bottom line, what is actually happening, what it seems to be happening, is we are coming to terms with, we're tired of sitting around. The American people are really sick of just sitting there. They're in our DNA. We have it where we can actually, we want to work, we want to get out. We cannot be cooped up. And these politicians that are trying to make these rules keep us from gathering together at church, going to the restaurant, going shopping. It's crazy how they laid aside what was supposedly essential and non-essential. So as I heard another podcaster say, America is sick of it, and we are returning. We are opening up, whether the politicians like it or not. If you've noticed, there are a lot of protests going on, but this article is stating we are reminded what is important, and what is I was reminded, the writer says, I was reminded all too quickly in reading this that we are too often having to deal with consequences of a largely secular and even hostile to faith society. People who want to return to their churches are mocked for wanting to spread COVID-19 to the older members of their church. People who wish to live their faith are routinely derided in public and often are pushed out of the public square by a culture largely bent on destroying Christian norms. So things are happening. People are returning to church and people are getting tired of it. So the bottom line is we're going to return to normal whether the government officials like it or not. Our next article, China deliberately allowed coronavirus to spread outside its borders. And I do want to remind you again that in every episode and in our show notes and the video notes, the video descriptions, we will have the links of the show notes. And basically all the show notes are the links to the articles that we are using. During an interview broadcast on Friday's edition of Fox News Network's WSJ at Large White House Trade Advisor Peter Navarro stated that China deliberately allowed the coronavirus to spread to the rest of the world, and the virus could have been contained in Wuhan. Navarro said China hid the virus behind the shield of the World Health Organization, WHO, and that was a time when the virus could have been contained in Wuhan. Instead, what China did was to put hundreds of thousands of Wuhanians and Chinese on planes that were allowed to go to Milan and New York and elsewhere, but not to Beijing and Shanghai. Right there shows you how dishonest they were. China quite deliberately shutting off a lot of domestic travel, but allowing international travel, quite deliberately knew how serious this was and allowed the virus to be exported. That's pretty sad. Very, very sad. All right, our next article, Dana Loesch gives a mic drop response to Jake Tapper's claims that Trump has a smear campaign going on. Conservative talk radio host Dana Loesch put CNN's Jake Tapper in his place when he complained about President Donald Trump's unprecedented smear campaign against rivals. Of course, there is a Twitter, and I wonder, I've been talking about Twitter, I've been thinking about doing a Twitter segment for our podcast, just pulling some, maybe contrasting some liberal Twitter's post and then contrast it with President Trump's Twitter post. I'm really considering doing a Twitter segment, so I'll do news, Twitter segment, and then go to some of our affiliate and promoters, and then end with tech and verse of the day. Kind of considering that. Maybe give some feedback. All right. Loesch reminded Tapper that his network, CNN, made her a punching bag for gun control advocates who packed an arena following the tragic shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. CNN held a town hall with Loesch, who represented the National Rifle Association at the time, and then Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel. Loesch pointed Tapper to a thread that showed various video footage of what it was like behind the scenes. Various videos show a much different look at the audience than what most America saw on CNN. The bottom line is CNN is corrupt. CNN is the liberal media outlet. One of the most sober moments of the town hall was when Emma Gonzalez asked Dana about limiting access to bump stocks and modifications for semi-automatic weapons. Loesch used the opportunity to explain the issues with the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, the NICS, and convictions not being reported to the NCIC, which oversees the system. CNN used their town hall to push their own anti-Second Amendment agenda. So basically, Loesch knew her stuff, but proved Okay, we are looking at CNN's Collins scolds Trump for not wearing mask, rips off her own after briefing. Of course, it has a note, update at bottom of blog. So let's see what this update is. Okay, Mr. President, this is May 15th, the update. This article is May 17th, and said update at the bottom. Okay, Mr. President, can you just clarify? This is the Caitlin Collins. Can you clarify why are some of you wearing a mask and why are some of you not wearing a mask? President Trump says we've all been tested. I've been tested. We've all been tested, and we're quite a distance away, and we are outdoors. So I told them, I gave them an option. They can wear it or not. So you can blame it on me, but I gave them an option. We can wear it or not. So, Donald Trump gave a presidential press conference from the Rose Garden on Friday. This was the previous, last Friday. This is Monday the 18th that I'm recording this, updating the American public on the development of a vaccine for coronavirus. During the press conference, CNN reporter Caitlin Collins seemed perturbed that some people speaking from behind the podium, including the president, were not wearing a mask. Based on her line of questioning, it would seem as if Collins saw wearing a mask as a matter of utmost importance. So why did she rip it off? Get this. Why did she rip it off and stand close to other journalists? Collins asked the president, why are some wearing them, as I stated before. Later in the day, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany gave a White House press briefing indoors. The limited space in the press briefing room makes social distancing much more difficult. Therefore, it would seem even more important to wear a mask. But Collins didn't seem to think so. As soon as the press briefing ended, this is what is funny. Collins removed her mask as if for her wearing it in the first place merely constituted a photo op. She was standing close to others and left the room not wearing a mask. And of course, if you're seeing on the video, you're seeing right there is in this article, right there is a picture of her. She ripped it off, and right there is a picture of her not wearing mask. It's just the hypocrisy is crazy. All right, the last news article we are doing, 2 billionaires demonstrate the limits of money in elections. 2.5 weeks after Bernie Sanders slammed Michael Bloomberg for trying to buy this election, the former New York mayor left the presidential race, having spent, get this, $570 million of his own money to win 58 delegates, 3% of the number needed to secure the Democratic nomination. Tom Steyer, the other billionaire in the race, did even worse, abandoning his campaign after spending more than $250 million and earning 0 delegates. Those spectacular failures should give pause to the politicians and activists who think money poses such a grave threat to democracy and that the Constitution must be amended to authorize limits on campaign spending. Bloomberg and Steyer, who outspent former Vice President Joe Biden by factors of more than 8 and nearly 4, respectively, demonstrated that no amount of money can buy victory for candidates who fail to persuade voters. Let me go ahead and say a little bit here. Excuse me. Part of it is they were bad candidates. It does not matter how much money you have. They're bad candidates. They're idiots. They don't know what... They don't connect to the regular working people. Come on. That's the bottom line. They do not connect to the average voter. That is the reason why. And let me go on record saying, I am a huge Trump supporter, and I forgot to grab my Trump hat. I normally try to wear that when I record these podcasts. But the average Trump supporter working in a factory, Trump connects to these people because he has been on the blue collar line. He has done a lot of real estate building, and he's worked around and connects with the blue collar worker. Now, saying that, with me being a Christian, I do not appreciate his rough language at all. I do not appreciate it. His vulgar language. But I remember working in the factory, and that was the common language of the blue collar worker. That is why Trump connects with them. And actually, some of the language is very, very mild compared to what is in the factory. So Trump is connected to the blue collar worker, and there are a lot more blue collar workers than there are the rich people. That's just the bottom line. So that's why he connects. And those in the media world and the DC world are so disconnected from the real world, they do not understand that. They do not understand that. I better get off my rant. Sorry about that. It just really aggravates me. All right, let's jump to our affiliate. Are you an online marketer, or are you trying to promote your business using video? YouTube is one of the easiest platforms to do it on. And with YouTube, why not use TubeBuddy? I'm an affiliate of TubeBuddy. Go to tubebuddy.com/JJmedia. That's tubebuddy.com/JJmedia. You can see how you can really advance your videos. You can have YouTube success. They have advanced keyword research. It gives you the road to success. You research, publish, optimize, promote, and test. You can cut publishing time in half with using YouTube and the TubeBuddy.com. Rank higher in search results. Get more views and subscribers. Test, tweak, when to click. And there are over 3 million YouTube creators and brands. YouTube is linked up with TubeBuddy, and TubeBuddy is a Chrome. You can get a Chrome extension on a TubeBuddy. Go to tubebuddy.com/JJmedia. Do you live in the Hobe Sound, Stuart area? Are you looking? That is Florida, Hobe Sound, Florida, Stuart, Florida area. Are you looking for lawn service? How about calling Peters Lawn Services FL? Peters Lawn Services FL. They service the Hobe Sound, Florida, Stuart, Florida area in Martin County, Florida. Call 740-710-2031. That's 740-710-2031. Go to their website, peterslawnservicesfl.com. peterslawnservicesfl.com. Or you can email brian@peterslawnservicesfl.com. So give them a call for your lawn service needs. In the business world today, you're trying to find innovative ways and unique ways to advertise your business. Isn't that right? Well, I have some great news for you. There is a new and innovative way. If you are on the Treasure Coast, specifically from Vero Beach to Fort Lauderdale, why not call Flamin Hot Ads? Flamin Hot Ads, 833 ads to go. That's 833 ads to go. You may say, what is Flamin Hot Ads? Flamin Hot Ads puts your business card size advertisement on a carry-out tray. And if you are watching on video, you can see the carry-out tray. You can actually have a business card size ads or 2-spot, what is called 2-spot, which is the size of 2 business card size ads, a 3-spot, which is 3 business card size, a 4-spot, which is the size of 4 business card size, or a 6-spot, which covers the entire tray. So why not add your advertising to the carryout tray? Put your ad literally into the hands of high traffic restaurants, the carryout tray. And during this coronavirus time, carryouts are the big thing. Put your advertisement on a carryout tray. You can also go to their website, flaminhotads.com. Flamin, that's Flamin, hotads.com or .net. You can go to their restaurant distributors, see all the restaurants they're in, and they also are connected with a nonprofit. So go today, go get it, and you will be able to connect with Flamin Hot Ads. I'm going to skip the tech segment. We're going to shorten this. This is going to be a shortened podcast today. I've had some things going on. We're trying to get this down pat and really streamline this. So this is going to be a shortened podcast. But the verse of the day, Luke 5:18. Luke 5:18, some men came carrying a paralytic on a mat and tried to take him into the house to lay him before Jesus. The thoughts on today's verse: what is the fullest definition of a friend? The Bible offers us numerous definitions and examples. One of my favorite examples is the story of the paralyzed man whose friends went to great extremes to get him to Jesus. Their faith and their effort to get him to Jesus are the things that ultimately result in a man's forgiveness and healing. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of friend I want to be. How about you? Do you have a friend like that would go to major lengths to get help to you? That's the kind of friend Jesus is. The prayer today: Holy Father, please bless me as I try to lead. And you have those non-Christian friends that you know to forgiveness and healing in Jesus. Give me the tenacity and the tact to do this with gentleness and respect, without losing my sense of urgency to see them become Christians. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. We do thank you for watching us today and listening to our podcast. I want to personally thank you. Thank you for watching. And I ask of you to share this, like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, jjmediaonline.net/YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and change the screen to the, I'm going to show you our Anchor program, or the channel again. There is Anchor. Go to Anchor FM, anchor.fm, T-Coast Real-Time News. That's anchor.fm, T-Coast Real-Time News. Go to our Instagram, /RealTNews, or go to Facebook.com, Real-Time News TC. That's Facebook.com, Real-Time News TC. Thank you again for listening, and we will see you on the next episode. Have a great day.